The year is 2452, and I'm perched in my police flyer, hovering over the neon-drenched sprawl of New York City. My name's Cronin, and tonight marks my first shift as a cop. The city's a far cry from the grainy history vids they showed us at the academy. Kilometers of gleaming steel and glass stab upward, skyscrapers so colossal they punch through the smog-choked clouds. Flying cars zip through the air, their engines a relentless buzz that blends with the incessant chatter of holographic ads plastering every surface. "Upgrade your life with NeuroSync," screeches a towering digital woman, her flawless grin flickering in the haze. The air's heavy with pollution and the acrid scent of fried circuits, a testament to a city that's as vibrant as it is decaying. I clutch the controls of my flyer, a nimble craft decked in the NYPD's black and blue livery. It's modest, but it's mine for the night. My assignment's simple. Nab litterbugs, drivers who fling trash from their windows into the abyss below. It's rookie work, a far stretch from the heroics I envisioned, but every cop's gotta start somewhere. My hands are clammy, my pulse hammering. I'm itching to prove I'm more than just another fresh-faced graduate. Traffic swarms around me, a chaotic ballet of light and metal. I scan the airways, eyes flicking between vehicles. Most are glossy, top-tier models owned by the elite who dwell in the upper city. Far below, in the shadowed underbelly, the less fortunate scrape by. That's New York. Polished opulence above, festering grit beneath. Then I spot it, a sleek black flyer, cutting through the lanes with predatory grace. A wrapper tumbles from its window, spiraling into the void, littering. I grin. Target acquired. I flip on my sirens, their sharp wail slicing through the din, and signal the driver to pull over. The flyer pauses, then dips toward a landing pad jutting from a nearby skyscraper. I glide down beside it, easing my craft onto the platform. I step out, adjusting my uniform, an exosuit with integrated comms and a stun baton at my belt. My service pistol sits snug at my hip, a reassuring heft. The wind's sharper up here, howling through the concrete ravines. The black flyer's door hisses open, revealing a man in a suit so crisp it could slice through steel. Dark sunglasses shield his eyes, but I sense them assessing me. Trouble radiates off him like heat from a furnace. "License and registration," I say, steadying my voice despite the churn in my gut. He smirks, passing me a holo card. Vincent Moretti. It reads. No record pops up, but in a city where credits scrub history's clean, that's meaningless. "Problem, officer?" he asks, his tone slick as spilled oil. "Littering," I reply. "Saw you drop something out your window?" He chuckles, a low, menacing sound. "Wind must have caught it. I don't litter." My jaw tightens. He's lying, but pressing him feels like poking a viper. "Consider this a warning, Mr. Moretti. Next time, it's a fine." "Much obliged," he says, smirk unshaken. He turns to his flyer, and I'm about to retreat when a sound stops me cold. A stifled scream, sharp and desperate, echoing from his trunk. My blood turns to ice. I whirl back. "Hold it!" He doesn't flinch. His flyer's engine snarls awake, and he's airborne before I can blink. My mind spins. Protocol demands I radio for backup, but something fiercer takes hold. Pride. Or maybe the naive urge to show I'm no pushover. I can handle this alone. I have to. I leap into my flyer and gun it after him. He's a ghost, darting through traffic with ease. My smaller craft shudders as I push it to its limits, the city blurring past. Flashing billboards, looming towers, the ceaseless pulse of life. He ascends, breaking through a fog bank, and I tail him, my stomach flipping as the altitude climbs. He finally touches down on the 100th floor of a gargantuan skyscraper, its peak lost in the mist. A bar's neon sign buzzes ahead, the black nebula. I land a cautious distance away and watch as Moretti exits, yanking a bound woman from his trunk. Her eyes are frantic, her mouth taped shut. My heart slams against my ribs. This isn't about littering anymore. I slip from my flyer, crouching low. The wind tugs at my suit as I edge toward the bar. Inside, it's a murky haze. Dim lights, smoke coiling through the air, the tang of synth alcohol mingling with something harsher, illicit. Crowds a rogues gallery, thugs and tycoons, faces obscured by hoods or lit by glowing implants. I tug my cap down, hoping my uniform blends into the shadows, my fingers brushing my pistol. Moretti's at a corner booth, conferring with a hulking man, older, scarred, exuding menace. The boss. The woman kneels between them, quaking. I sidle closer, catching fragments of their talk. She's leverage. The boss growls, voice like gravel crunching underfoot. Her father's digging into our shipments. Moretti nods. Won't be an issue after tonight. The boss flashes a shark's grin. Take her out back. End it fast. My breath hitches. They're going to kill her. Backup's the smart move. Ramirez's lectures on protocol ring in my ears. But there's no time. I can stop this. I have to. Moretti drags her toward a rear door, and I shadow them, heart thundering. The back room's stark, bare concrete, a lone bulb stuttering overhead. The boss preps a syringe, its dark contents glinting ominously. The woman's muffled sobs claw at me. I can't hesitate. I kick the door wide, pistol raised. Freeze, NYPD. They freeze, but only for a heartbeat. Moretti reaches for his gun, and I fire, dropping him with a chest shot. The boss moves like lightning, slamming my weapon from my grip. His fist crashes into my skull, and darkness swallows me. I come to with a groan, my head pounding, wrists lashed tight with synth rope that digs into my flesh. I'm slumped beside the woman, her terrified eyes locked on mine. The boss towers above, snarling into a calm. Clean this mess. I'm taking the cop as a shield. My brain's foggy, but panic sharpens it. My pistol's gone, my baton too. The woman whimpers, helpless. I should have called Ramirez. Backup would be swarming by now. But I didn't, and we're paying for it unless I act. My wristwatch glows faintly. A lifeline. It's standard issue, with an emergency beacon. If I can just... I twist my hands, ropes slicing deeper, biting back a hiss. My fingers graze the button. One press, a soft beep confirms the signal sent. The precinct's alerted. Now I need to stay alive until they arrive. The boss's head jerks toward me. What was that? He storms over, yanking me up by my collar. His breath's a sour blast of synth tobacco. Playing hero, huh? I muster a grin, hiding my dread. Smart enough. They're on their way. He laughs, a guttural bark that freezes my veins. Not before I'm gone, with you as my ticket. He hauls me to a back exit, leaving the woman behind. I stumble, boots scraping, but he shoves me into the frigid night. The wind bites, the city's lights a dizzying tapestry below. His flyer waits, a sleek, black beast on a landing pad. He flings open the trunk and hurls me in, my shoulder cracking against metal. The lid snaps shut, sealing me in darkness. The engine roars, and the flyer lurches skyward, pinning me to the floor. My pulse races, but I focus. The trunk's a steel tomb, its walls smooth save for a faint seam near the back seats. Academy training flashes back. Older flyers have weak points between compartments. If I can breach it? The ropes chafe, but I twist until my fingers find the seam. It's a panel, held by magnetic locks. I ram my shoulder into it, seeking purchase. The flyer banks sharply, slamming me against the side, but I grit my teeth and persist. My nails hook an edge, and with a strained heave, the panel pops free, revealing a tight gap to the cabin. I squirm through, the narrow space tearing at my suit. The boss pilots ahead, his bulk hunched over the controls as he threads through the skyscraper jungle. Sirens wail faintly, backups closing in, but not fast enough. My stun baton lies on the passenger seat, abandoned in his rush. My bound hands shake, but I stretch forward, snagging it. He hears me too late. I lunge, smashing the baton into his neck. It cracks, and he bellows, the flyer veering as his grip falters. "You little!" he roars, swinging at me. His fist clips my jaw, pain bursting like fireworks. But I hold firm. We clash, the cabin a whirlwind of fists and fury. The flyer careens through traffic, horns screaming as we graze another craft. I ram my elbow into his stomach, hearing his breath escape. He grabs my throat, slamming me into the console. Agony flares down my spine, but I wrench the baton free and jam it into his side, triggering the charge. He spasms, grip slackening, and I shove him toward the door. It's latched, but I claw at the release, the flyer tilting wildly. The latch gives, and the door flies open, wind roaring in. His hands scrabble at the frame, eyes wide. "No!" I kick, my boot driving into his chest. He tumbles out, his scream lost to the city's howl as he vanishes into the glowing depths. The flyer spins, alarms blaring, collision imminent. A skyscraper fills the windshield, its glass a deadly mirror. I scramble to the controls, hands slick as I seize the stick. It resists, the craft trembling from damage. But I haul it upward. The nose rises, just enough, and we scrape the building, metal shrieking, sparks showering as we clear it. I level the flyer, chest heaving as the city steadies outside. Police flyers converge, their lights a beacon. Ramirez's voice cuts through the calm. "Cronin, you there?" "Barely," I rasp, steering toward a rooftop. "Boss is down. Coming in. Pad 47. We're waiting." The landing's jagged, the flyer skidding to a halt. I slump, spent as the door hisses open. Ramirez pulls me out, his gruff face easing. "You're a reckless idiot, rookie." "Thought I could handle it," I mutter, the weight of my folly hitting hard. "You did," he says, clapping my shoulder. "But next time, call us." I nod, gazing at the city's endless shimmer. My first night taught me what the Academy couldn't. I can't do this alone.
If you like this story, drop a like and subscribe for more sci-fi stories in the future. If you want more now, check out the recommended videos